Morning everyone, today's Friday the 25th of September. Welcome to today's video. I've titled this 3 months minus 35 pounds loss. Sunday actually will be, it's 27th on Sunday, and I started the diet on the 27th of June, or the keto lifestyle. So it'll be 3 months on Sunday since I started. Excuse my voice, I'm a bit hoarse today, so I'm not going to talk too much today. So yeah, 3 months keto, 13 weeks. I'll put some pictures in later of some before and after photos, like the one at the beginning, and just so you can see the progress so far. But it's just a little bit about how I've done it, really, so that, you know, if it does help somebody else, then so be it. If you've not already done so and you're enjoying the video, please click subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you like it at the end. But let's get straight into it. Let's talk about how I've lost 35 pounds in 3 months. And just the basics, just to remind you, if you've not seen any of my previous videos, I follow a ketogenic lifestyle, which is reduction in your carbohydrates, so that your body burns fat instead of glucose, and I try and restrict my carbs to 20 net carbs a day. You can track total carbs or you can track net carbs, and net carbs are total carbs less the fibre. So keep them down to 20 a day, moderate protein and high fat. And that's the basics of the ketogenic diet, and you know, how the protocol that I follow to lose weight. But it's not that simple. If it was that simple, you know, it wouldn't have taken me so many years to do it. I think the key and the biggest hint and tip I can give to anybody is staying the course, is showing up every day with your game face on. And that's the hardest part of this lifestyle of doing a diet, is actually staying the course. And you know, we self-sabotage all the time. You know, you do things and then you instantly regret it. And it's that the biggest part of failing in dieting is not sticking the course and letting things snowball out of control. Why do we do it? You know, I have no idea. You know, we're just very, very good at self-sabotage. And we have lots of reasons, like the weekend got in the way, or it was such a body's birthday and I went out for a meal. It can be a stress reaction, you know, we get stressed and then we go and put something in our mouths we shouldn't. Or it can just be years, like me. I suffer with years of bad habits. But we need to prepare. You know, that's the stay in the course is about preparing for all these different scenarios. And that's the biggest advice I can give anybody that wants to stick to dieting or a keto lifestyle in the longer term for the health benefits. You know, how do you stop self-sabotaging? That's the key. How do you stop doing it? I think the first thing to do is to mentally prepare. So if, for example, when I started this diet, I'd done keto before and never made it to week 3. So mentally, I told myself I am going to do 3 weeks this time. I'm going to get to week 3. And then I was hoping that would then motivate me to carry on, which it did. But mentally, I just kept saying to myself over and over, I am going to do 3 weeks. I am going to do 3 weeks. So, you know, if you can mentally prepare for the weekend, I am going to stay on track this weekend. I am going to stay on track this weekend. And recognise that a reason is just an excuse. It is just an excuse, and be mindful of what you're doing. So mentally prepare for anything that's coming up that you feel will sabotage your journey. And emotionally prepare as well. So one thing that I find hard is that somebody asks me something and, you know, I'll take it, is to practice saying thanks but no thanks, without an excuse, without an explanation. So you can say no thank you, but thank you very much. Just hang on, stop scratching, whoever that is, pack it in. It's making an awful lot of noise. You have to always get in on the act, don't you? Just practice saying thanks but no thanks, without explaining and over explaining. I'm on a diet, I'm trying to. You don't need to do that. You can just say thanks but no thanks. And emotionally prepare by imagining yourself losing weight. I mean, the way I feel now, I feel great. But at the beginning, it would have been very hard to visualise this feeling. So practice doing that. Imagine yourself in 4 weeks being half a stone lighter. I've lost half a stone this month. and then in 8 weeks being a stone lighter, and in 12 weeks being, 21 pound lighter, so 7 pounds, 14 pounds. Imagine how that feels so many weeks from now, and that is within your grasp if you stay the course. And then imagine how it feels when you cheat, and when you let yourself down and you eat something you shouldn't, and you enjoy it for 30 minutes, 3 minutes, and then after, those feelings of guilt, and guilt because you failed again, those feelings of failure that you've done it again, I've done it again, which one feels better? I know which one feels better, and do some visualization. Prepare for some moments in advance. I think that's another big thing. So if you know something's coming up, just, as I said before, be mindful. Tell yourself you are in control, and keep that thought in your head that I am in control, and don't let your emotions overrule that. And refocus on your goals. I said it in a couple of videos now. What are your goals? Why do you want to do that? Why do you want to lose weight? And always focus back to your goals and keep them in your mind constantly. And practice some positive reinforcement. We're so good that if you do go off track, you beat yourself up and you feel negative about yourself all the time. But we don't reward ourselves for the little things. So, I've talked about not snacking in between meals in the past. If that's something that you've always done and you manage to stop it, recognise that positive thing that you've done in your life, recognise it and reward yourself for it. Reinforce positivity and don't just focus on the negatives. And it's just being consciously eating all the time, and consciously planning ahead is what you need to be successful and to stick to it for long term. I've said it does get easier the more you do it, and that's the meal side of things, and planning and knowing what to eat gets easier. But that mind game and that mind sabotage, I don't think, for me, hasn't got easy. It's constantly there, and it's a constant mental battle, and this is the hardest part of trying to lose weight. It's the mental battle you have with yourself. So just practice mentally preparing, emotionally preparing, and then physically you can prepare as well. So let's talk about the weekends. Probably the time where a lot of people go off track, because you've got more time on your hands. In the week we're very busy, we're working, we have our dinner, and we might be putting some washing on or quick tidy up or whatever. We're busy in the week. Weekends we're a bit more flexible with our time. So things you can do to help at weekends is menu plan for the week. I menu plan all the time now, and I stick to what I've said we're going to have. So it makes it easier for shopping. I'm not buying things we don't need. I'm not throwing as much food away or wasteful. So menu plan is a really good thing to do, and it probably takes 20 to 30 minutes to write your menu and to write your shopping list from it. It's really, really easy. So menu plan. And you can do some food prep for the week, or you can, I make my bread at weekends, so I make the keto bread, I slice it and I freeze it in portions so that we've got bread all week. So when Paul's going to work, I've got the keto bread for his sandwiches. Don't do anything spontaneous unless you pre-planned. So for example, you might go out for a meal, you might get invited out for a meal, but don't wait to turn up to see what's on the menu. Have a look at the menu online and make sure that there's something that you can have that falls within the keto diet. So steak and a salad, an all-day breakfast. There are plenty of things, a nice piece of fish with vegetables. There are plenty of things you can have, but don't leave it to chance. Plan and look in advance at where you're going. Boredom means snacking, so plan your time as well. Give yourself some chores to do, and that sense of achievement when you've done something is all about that positive mindset as well, and that really, really helps. So keep sight of your goals all weekend, and if you can, eat at home 99% of the time, because then you are in control more. And as I said, if you're going out, plan in advance. So the other thing you can do if you're going out is do a little bit of intermittent fasting, because it would leave you more room within what you're allowed for the day to have a bigger meal if you went out, and maybe a starter on a meal. So consider intermittent fasting. And then one last hint and tip is, if you do feel hungry and you feel like you're going to go and snack, just walk away for 10 minutes. from what I've been researching this week, that you have a hunger hormone called ghrelin, and it's at peak times of the day where you're used to eating, it kicks in, but actually it subsides with fasting. So if you don't actually eat, it will go away. So just try that. Just see if you can do something for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, occupy yourself, then ask yourself, honestly, am I hungry? You know, and then take it from there. So I think I've been successful, not just because of the keto diet, because obviously, I mean, I've said this many times, the science works, burning fat for fuel works, you will lose weight, but the hardest part of that is what's going on in your head, and it's staying the course, it's being mentally prepared, it's emotionally prepared and physically prepared, that are the keys to success. So this week for me, it's been a bit different. I've not been so well this week. I'm on antibiotics actually. I've had a localised infection, not been able to go out cycling, which, you know, I love my cycling. So this week's been a bit different and I've had more time. So I have found the mental side this week difficult, you know, and I've had to keep doing what I've just said, reminding myself that I want my goal, I want to achieve my goal. And I haven't tracked anything either. So I'm lucky actually that I have lost weight. I'll put my picture in now of the scales today. So you can see I've lost 1.5 pounds this week. Last week I lost 4. So in 2 weeks I've lost 5.5 pounds. This is my 13th week on keto. So I you know, that I'm pleased with that, and especially because I've not tracked. So I've just written this down. My starting weight was 196.25 pounds. Last week I was 162.75, and this week I'm 161.25. So I've lost 1.5 pounds this week. My total loss today in 13 weeks is 35 pounds, so 2.5 stone. And it's exactly 13 weeks till Christmas. I've still got 21 pounds to go. I've actually only got 15 pounds to get into my healthy BMI. So I'm really excited. That's my next goal. I think it's 10 stone 6 is the most I should be, which is 150 pounds. So that's my next, that's what I'd like to do by Christmas, would be to get within a healthy BMI, and I've got 13 weeks to do that. My non-scale victory is measurements. So in the last month alone, I've lost 2.5 inches off my waist and another 1.5 inches off my hips. And from the very beginning, my arms, the only things I measured were my arms, my waist, my hips, my thighs and my knees, because they were the really big chunky, where all the fat was really. And all in all, in 13 weeks, I've lost 21.5 inches. So, you know, it works. You stick the course. Think about the mental side and make time, not just for the physical planning meals and preparing meals, but make time for the mental side of it, and sit down and think about things and plan, and just say over to yourself, I'm in control. I am in control. And that's the key to success. So I shall put some pictures in now of my before and today, because I haven't finished. I don't want to say before and after because I've still got a long way to go. I've still got 21 pounds to go. But I'll put some pictures in, and then you can see just the progress that I've had so far on the ketogenic diet and lifestyle. And I shall see you all next week for week 14 check-in. Bye! Don't forget to give me a thumbs up.